from Switzerland. So I see people from all around the world. So we've got about 130 people on. Absolutely amazing. So today we're going to be talking about just facts, figures, numbers, and hopefully give you as much information as possible. We're going to be focusing on crypto, and we're going to be focusing on the blockchain, some of the most exciting and most innovative topics in the entire planet. And you guys are at the very right time, right before a tsunami that I believe is going to change all of human behavior, and that is blockchain, crypto, smart contracts, this new quantum digital currencies, all of these things we're going to be chatting about, and particularly about a project you may or may not know, but hopefully after today you'll have a little bit more clarity. So I'm going to jump right into it right now. So we'll do this. Okay, hopefully this works. It's working. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. So today I'm going to be talking about a blockchain and many, many other things. But before I get too much started, I'll let you know I'm fairly new to the blockchain, to the crypto space. So if you're very new to this industry, some of this language might sound a little bit foreign, but absolutely don't worry. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible so you really understand the scope and what we have inside of our hands and this information. So everything I'm going to be presenting, you can validate, you can verify, and as a part of your financial and business thesis, I strongly encourage you, do your own research, go to the websites, do the research necessary for you to be comfortable to make any decision you want. So again, today I'm not here to sell anything. I'm here just to educate and just to share a project that could impact you in many, many different ways. So first of all, we're going to be talking about Ultron Foundation. What is Ultron? So very, very short and concise, this is a project. This is a layer 1 project, and this is the fastest growing layer 1. If you don't know what layer 1 is, don't worry, we're going to cover that really briefly in a moment. But this project has taken over 30 months of development. So every single month, every single day is constantly developing, and it's almost now coming up almost 3 years, and 6 months will be 3-year anniversary of this incredible project. Like I said, it's the first and only layer 1 blockchain with its own native ecosystem, and I'll cover what that means specifically and why that makes them so unique in this industry. It's got over 40 plus senior developers. So it's got a big team from all around the world, very international team of some of the most elite and some of the most accomplished blockchain developers, and that is not an easy task. There's a very limited amount of very good developers, and you've got some of the best. It's EVM compatible. Basically what that means, with a click, you can move liquidity, the coins, everything from the Ultron chain, anything that's connected to the Ethereum, to Binance, to Phantom, to Polygon, all the major changes, moving liquidity back and forth. It's already connected. It's already bridged to all of these major exchanges, which is really great. Next, this is a new project. Again, it launched June 1st. So you're at the very beginning of the fastest growing layer 1 blockchain. It's as if coming in at an Ethereum or a Binance, some of these major chains, and we're going to talk about them, and coming at the very beginning. So timing only comes once ever. So you being here right now is the absolute best timing of this project as its very first stages. Next, all of the documentation. And this is critically important. All the documentation, everything you need to see, all of the white papers, the light papers, tokenomics, they were created by Brightnode, which is a Swiss company that created light papers and white papers for some of the biggest blockchains in the world. So you can read that, and if you're really into it, I will go ahead and take a look. So let's take a quick look at Ultron. So I strongly encourage you, go to Ultron Foundation. It's at the top of the one-pager, which you'll be able to download in your back office. So really important, who is Ultron? So the first thing I like to see is who are the people behind the project. So critically important, there's a lot of blockchains out there, a lot of different cryptos, but the number one thing I believe important in your research and when you're looking at any kind of product or project is finding out who is the team behind it. And when you go to the About page, you can see the roadmap, you can see everything about the project. And here are just some of the core team. We've got Shukrat, the CEO, Alex, I believe we've got a PhD in blockchain. I didn't even know you could be a doctor in blockchain. Really amazing. We got our team, one of the lead architects, coming from Phantom. And then also we got Leonard, he's part of Devla. We'll talk about the Devla partnership. And you can see they got a big team of graphic designers, software developers, an entire core group, and it's constantly growing and growing. If you follow Ultron, you'll be able to see a lot of different announcements, another big hires from different other blockchains. So critically important. So you can take a look, learn a little bit more about the learn about a little bit more about the team, who's behind it. Go to their LinkedIn, take a look. I think it's really important. Next, critically important, the white papers. Again, the white papers, for some of you that are fairly new to the blockchain, it is kind of the Bible. It is the architecture blueprint of the entire Ultron Foundation, the entire project. So this is 107 pages. And I'm telling you, I haven't read a lot of white papers. From what I understand, this is one of the most thorough, in-depth, and longest, and most transparent white papers, really, in most projects out there in the blockchain. And again, if you don't have time to read the entire 107 pages, there's a white paper. Also the tokenomics. You can see the exact mechanics of how everything is being allocated with all of the products and things like that. Next is the ecosystem. So Ultron's already got multiple apps already completed. This is really, really important. So we've got a ULX scan, and this is the block explorer. So again, the key thing I believe with any blockchain to be really, really successful, it's got to be fast, it's got to be scalable, and it's got to be really safe. And another big component is transparency. You've got to be able to see what's happening on the chain, so everything is completely with clarity, so you know exactly what you're involved in and what the project is doing. So here on the block explorer, on a ULX scan, you can see everything. You can see all of the transactions. You can see we've got 10 validators, over 3 million blocks, over 74,000 wallets, and over 3.6 million transactions. And here on the latest blocks, you can see all of the transactions, everything that's happening, the smart contracts, with PEX hash. You can see all of them completely transparent. So let's go back home. Oops, go back here. Next, Ultron Swap. So Ultron already has their own native application, the Ultron Swap. Here you can trade the ULX, you can trade other cryptocurrencies. You can see it's already got 10 million total value locked, market cap of over $280 million, over 3 billion circulating coins, other things you can see up here on the swap. And as I mentioned, the EVM compatibility. So Ultron's already connected to the Ethereum chain, Binance, Polygon, Avalanche, Phantom. You can see all of the contracts. Again, really important. Our exchange is already connected to all the major exchanges, making it super easy to move liquidity from Ultron to all of these other huge, the biggest chains and exchanges in the entire world of crypto. So that's already completed. So a little bit more, and you can learn about the ecosystem. And I really encourage you to kind of look around this page, and you can see a little bit more about the project. So that's a little bit about the Ultron Foundation. So let's look a little bit about our partners. So we have Ninja Promo. It's a digital marketing company. So they do full stack digital marketing for some of the biggest blockchains. We have Ivana Tattoo Artist. She's one of our ambassadors, and she's already released in progress right now the first NFT on the Ultron Foundation chain. So she's got multiple millions of followers, and she's an incredible ambassador for the program. Next we got Solidity Finance. It's auditing, so audits all of the smart contracts. If you, in traditional business, you've heard of companies like Ernst & Young and things like that. These major companies that audit huge financial businesses. Solidity Finance is an equivalent of that in the blockchain industry. Last but not least, we have Devla. So let's take a quick look at some of the partners. So again, and I always encourage you, take a look at some of the partners. So Ninja Pro. It's a full-service marketing company. They work with some of the biggest crypto companies in the world. This is some of their partners. You can see like Trust Wallet, Polkadot, Cubo, Yukon. So some of these big companies. Next, Solidity Finance. This is the company that we're partnered with that's auditing all the smart contracts and everything happening on the Ultron chain. Again, take a look. Some of their partners, you can see Ultron here. So they're working with some of the best and the most significant blockchains in the industry. Last but not least, Devla. So Devla is one of the premier first NFT and metaverse companies working on OpenSea, Decentraland, some of these big platforms you may not be familiar with, but they're the most high-performing and some of the first and biggest platforms in the NFT world. And we're so lucky to have Devla on board with us. And then last but not least, we have Mavi Global. And Mavi Global, we're the affiliate marketing agency, and that's who I work with. So we're the sales and education and marketing arm of Ultron. So in a short description, basically most companies, you look at Binance and some of these major big chains, they'll take maybe 50% of the revenue that the company's producing and put that into advertising, hiring big celebrities, football stars, people to get attention, very traditional marketing. You have Crypto.com in Los Angeles. They sponsor where the Lakers play and the UFC. So these companies have determined the best use of their finances is to do traditional advertising. Ultron is the first ever company, blockchain, that took a chance and looked at the partnership with an affiliate marketing. So instead of 50% going into just advertising to these already wealthy celebrities promoting the product, it's going back to the network of people like us that are educating about these products and doing royalty sharing with them. It's really, really unique partnership in itself. It's never happened before, so that's really fun. And you're part of something that's really, really special in both industries. So let's take a little bit talk about Ultron Foundation, what's already been completed. Really important to understand that there's many projects out there saying, this is coming, this is in the works, working on this. And at that point, they need venture capitalists. They need money to complete those projects. They need a lot of people coming onto the chain, a lot of liquidity so they can do the projects that they're promoting. With us, we have many things already completed. The DEX is completed, the Ultron swap that I showed you, the Block Explorer, the ULX scan that we just went through. The layer 1 is already completed and live. Farming is completed. Staking done. Gaming is in progress. Metaverse is very, very close. A lot of it's already been designed. We'll be launching the next few quarters. So very excited. NFT, Launchpad, borrowing, all of these things are coming and they're working in progress. So right now, Ultron's working very, very hard to add many, many new applications to the chain by the end of this year. So let's take a quick look at where can we find Ultron. So like I said, documentation, verify all of this is critically important. Ultron is found on CoinMarketCap. We'll go through all of these as well, so not to worry. So CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, maybe you've heard of another exchange, one of the second biggest exchanges. DeFi Llama, we'll go through this. It's a website that measures all of the layer 1 blockchain. You can trade already ULX on the open retail market, and as you've seen, there's a lot of transactions, a lot of liquidity going. That's PancakeSwap, Uniswap. It's mentioned on Coinbase, Crypto.com, OpenSea. It's already listed on Chainlist, Nazari, Nomics, MetaMask, Trust Wallet already linked, and also Binance. Let's take a quick look so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So first and foremost, let's go to CoinMarketCap. So what's important to see here? So CoinMarketCap, for those of you a little bit new to the industry, CoinMarketCap is like the Bible of all cryptocurrencies in the entire industry. So if you're cryptocurrency, you listed here. This is kind of the full ranking of all of the companies that are in the industry. You can see there's over 22,000 cryptocurrencies. Right now it's 22,322. If you monitor this, it's almost every day there's 3 or 4 to 7 new cryptos that are added to this every single day. And you can see being listed here is critically important. And we have Ultron listed on CoinMarketCap. So you can take a look here, already being listed, being tracked. Absolutely incredible. Again, CoinGecko, also listed on CoinGecko. Really, really great. Next, Coinbase. Some of you maybe heard of Coinbase, one of the biggest exchanges in the United States and the U.S. market. Right now it's tracking the price. All these websites are currently tracking and listing the price tracking for future listing. Absolutely incredible. And then one of the creme de la creme, Crypto.com. So probably many have heard of Crypto.com, one of the biggest exchanges. Very, very aggressive with advertising and sponsorships. They're absolutely everywhere. And you can see we have a ULX listed there. And then the creme de la creme of all of the exchanges, the number one exchange, Binance. So you can see ULX is being tracked on Binance. And wow, it's had an incredible month. Look at that. And also, on top of that, I'm not sure where it is, there's a guidance right here. Not only are they tracking the price on Binance, again, the number one exchange, not simple to get onto Binance. And again, this was an exciting time for us, being listed on Binance. And they've actually gone ahead even more than just listing, or not listing, but tracking the price. But they've given you a guidance on how to buy ULX coin. So people can go through and find out exactly how to buy the coin in a different exchange. So those are some of the important things for those people that understand a little bit of blockchain crypto. Look at those sites. Critically important to be visible on all of these huge sites. And again, just to remind you, it just started June 1st. To put it in context, this is really, really special what Ultron's already been able to complete. So we're just going to take a quick look at the crypto market. Everything goes in cycles. you work on the financial industry, business industry, life, nature, weather. Everything is cyclical. We've got summer, winter, fall. Same thing in markets. Same thing in stocks. Everything goes in cycles. So we can look back on the last decade or so of Bitcoin, kind of the big, we call it the big dinosaur, the biggest coin in the crypto. And you can see these cycles, and they're called the bull run. They get a bull run, and there's a correction. There's a run, and there's a correction. And the last big one was 69,000, and this is where we are right now. We are in a bear market. And this is the time where all of the major chains, all the major cryptos that are serious, this is when they build the ecosystem. This is in the bear market. So this is a critically advantageous time to get in, is when the market is low. Not only is it's important to buy the dip typically. Again, I'm not a financial advisor or give you any financial advice by any means. But typically some of the smarter financial investors, like, even Warren Buffett, he says you buy when there's blood in the streets. And right now, crypto, if you've been holding crypto coins, you probably experienced a lot of downturn. But again, this is the perfect time to participate in crypto, and absolutely the most amazing time for a layer one blockchain to be creating an ecosystem is during these down markets. Because you see on this next bull run, we'll be prepared with an ecosystem and strong one. We're going to be able to ride that momentum as the crypto industry is moving to its next cycle. So that's kind of where we're at now. So the timing is absolutely perfect. So next, let's talk a little bit about crypto, blockchain, and how and why Ultron is unique and why it's becoming the fastest growing layer one in the world. So basically, as we saw in the coin market cap, there's over 22,200 cryptocurrencies. And a lot of these cryptocurrencies are really considered tokens. And again, a token in this example is like a car. And it can be different kinds of car. It could be a car carrying groceries, a car carrying money. Each car has a different utility, a different function. And, honest, a lot of these tokens, you can create in a couple hours, a couple smart contracts, not very complicated to create a token. Therefore, that's why there's thousands and thousands of tokens out there. So it's really wise to do your research and understand what kind of projects you're being involved with, because there's so many of them. Next, these cars, these these applications, these smart contracts, they need a road to ride on. They need to go from point A to point B, and that is a road. And these roads, in this example, are layer one blockchains. So there's only 163 roads or platforms or layer ones where all of these different applications and tokens can drive on. And how these applications or these platforms make revenue is gas fees. So if one crypto, goes from point A to point B, there's a gas fee, and they're paying validators or they're paying the miners. So that's how it works. So there's 163, and out of those 163 roads, layer one blockchains, there's only one. That is Ultron, and it's the only one with native applications. So what does that mean? We are not only a token, we're not only a road, we're also a road that is built applications. We'll call it, in this example, building, actual uses. So when people are on the platform, they'll have places to stop, places to put their liquidity, places to do business, all of these major functions. And what Ultron did is they looked at where is Web 3.0 going, where is the blockchain future going. Just like when the internet first started, companies like Google, they looked at it and said, what are the users going to be using in the internet? That's where they created Gmail, their own application. They created Google Maps, their own application, because they understand in the internet these will be big utilities for people. And that's exactly what Ultron is creating, is its own application, its own metaverse, its own gaming, its own borrowing, its own NFT, its own swap. So that is what makes it absolutely unique. There's no other blockchain platform in the industry that has its own applications. And why is that important? Because all these applications are going to be running on the ULX coin. So as the ULX coin holder, which is the coin for the Ultron Foundation, you now participate in that equity, into that appreciation, into the value of this platform. The more people using it, the more people driving on the roads, stopping in the buildings, doing business, opening wallets, having all the transactions, it adds more and more volume to the platform. And we're going to go a little bit deeper into that. So let's take a look at the difference. So you can see all of these blockchains, Ethereum, Binance, Solana, incredible platforms, really strong technologies, and it shows in them, the proof is in their results. But what's one thing they're missing? They have zero native applications. They are just roads. And they're different roads. Some roads go faster. Some roads are maybe cheaper. Some roads may be safer. Some have less bumps. All of these different things, and that's how they're competing, is just the different usages and the different functions and the cost of these different platforms. What's different with Ultron, they took it to the next step. Again, not only a road that's also fast, and it's also very economical. It's much faster than Ethereum and Bitcoin, but also they've created their own native applications. We've got 2 done. They've got 20 more already planned. So continue going to be adding more applications that their own, created by the foundation that run on the ULX coin. So let's take a quick look at exactly what that looks like. So strongly encourage you to take a look at this and monitor, as you're getting more and more into this new realm, into this new industry. There's a couple main websites to follow. One is CoinMarketCap for all the cryptocurrencies. The other one is DeFi Llama. The DeFi Llama, it tracks all of the layer 1 blockchains. Again, out of the 22,000 cryptos, 163 layer 1s, this would be like the scorecard. This is the ranking system of all the layer 1s. So right now we've got, about 163 layer 1 blockchains, and they're all listed here. So one thing is, if you're talking to somebody, or somebody introduced you a project and says, hey, this is a layer 1 blockchain, if they're not on DeFi Llama, I would be very, very skeptical to just say that this could be at all anywhere near the truth. So again, this is really important that any real project is listed openly and tracked on DeFi Llama. So here we can see Ethereum. Ethereum, the king of DeFi, the king of layer 1. Binance, we all have Binance. Probably many of you are very familiar with Tron, Avalanche, Polygon, Phantom, rounding out the top 10. So again, out of 163 layer 1 blockchains, let's take a look and see where Ultron Foundation is. I know this morning they were absolutely on fire. It was one of the better days I think I've ever seen. So let's see if there's any companies. Harmony, maybe some people are familiar with Harmony, coming in at 61. An incredible project. Next we have Stellar. I personally have a little bit of Stellar. Fantastic project that's been around a while. What else do we have? Some of these other projects maybe are more familiar. Cardano, I think most people have heard Cardano. Cardano is coming in at number 26 out of all of the layer 1 blockchains. Let's keep on going to the top. And look at that. The project we're talking about is Ultron. So Ultron right now is ranked number 12 out of 163 blockchains. And we're only about 7 months old. This is phenomenal, and this is why we're saying Ultron is the fastest growing layer 1. In a very short time, during one of the worst bear markets in a long time, maybe if ever, Ultron has been doing something special. It's been creating an ecosystem that I showed you, and also through Mavi, and also through a lot of incredible things they're doing, is creating a very, very powerful momentum. So Ultron coming in at 12. I think this morning it was actually above Solana. And Solana is a phenomenal chain. A lot of people know them. It's a big, big blockchain company. It was incredible. Ultron and Solana are kind of fighting back and forth. So this is incredible. Even as of yesterday, I believe Ultron was like number 15. So it'll a little bit fluctuate. But the important thing to understand is number 12 now out of 163. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Let me go back one step first. So you can see here when it says protocols, that basically means applications. So if Ethereum is a road, it's got 640 cars or tokens that are running on top of that road. A lot of times you might hear people say, I have this application running on Ethereum, or running on Solana, or running on Binance. Basically, they have their cars driving on these platforms. So it's got 640 cars, tokens, running on the application. So that is really important to see. But one thing that's important to understand is you can see all of these are different applications. So for you to have the entire value and the equity of Ethereum, how many coins would you have to have in your wallet? You would have to have 640 coins. You would need a coin for every single one of these platforms to own a piece of everything that Ethereum is doing, right? So all of these platforms, even on Binance, you would have to have, if you had a wallet, and each different token currencies, the dollar bill, you would have to have 640 bills inside your wallet to have the equity and the value of Ethereum, or 527 in terms of to have the value of Binance. What's important with Ultron, we've got 2 live applications, the Swap and the Explorer. And the important thing is all the applications, the native apps, you're only going to need 1 token, and that's the ULX, to benefit from everything the platform is doing. And this is why Ultron is so different and such a unique project, even within the crypto space. Let's go back to the presentation. So, getting to the good part. So what is the product? So the product that Mavi is exclusively has rights and partnership to promote and educate on are these staking hubs. Basically, what a staking hub NFT, I mean, NFT stands for non-fungible token, not important to understand, but basically that means it's digital property, it's digital rights, it's smart contracts, transparency. So if you're going to own something in the digital world and the blockchain world, it's built on an NFT. A lot of times, the most familiar things we see are like monkey photos, videos, and graphics. It could even be a contract between lawyers, insurance contracts. All of these things are going to be NFTs. But in our case, our NFT is basically a digital node, a digital computer, digital software. So once you purchase one of these NFT hubs, what it does is it'll go to the open market based on what the prices of ULX and collect them. So this is the distribution model to distribute the ULX tokens. All the tokens have been already created, so you can buy them on the exchange, or you can buy staking hubs, and it'll gather the tokens depending on how much your hub is, and it'll lock it up and it'll distribute it to you on an NFT. So you have full ownership, full rights to this NFT. So there's multiple different NFTs that we're selling, and there's 300, 500. Once you get to the 1500, you get an extra 10% on top. ULX extra coins, incredible. 5,000, you get 15% more coins. The premium is 20,000, 20% more coins, and then to the end, you get 20% extra. So versus you buying all of these coins on the exchange, this NFT is then going to give you a bonus extra coin on top of it. So what it does, it'll lock it in. Now, how does it work? This NFT technology, the staking hub will lock in the hub, and it's a 5-year contract. It's a 5-year product, and it's 5-year passive daily residual income, or residual passive rewards in ULX coin. And it'll have every year for every 365 days from the day you purchase your 365, and then it'll have. And there's 2 different options. You've got auto stake on, which means the rewards. The first year you get the 0.2%, and then it halves to 0.1%. So these 0.2% daily rewards on auto stake on will release, and they'll compound. They're going back into the hub. So the next day you're now compounding at 0.2%, constantly compounding if you have your auto stake on. Next, if you have your auto stake off, what happens is all of the rewards that are released will be released to you every single day. You'll still have your hub, but you'll have the 0.2% daily rewards released, and we're going to go through how that mechanism works as well. And you will have that. But as you can see in this example, it's significantly less coins. Again, this is a machine that's creating rewards for you. As you're validating on top of or as you have your hub, you're delegating, you're helping Ultron technology do what it needs to do. They're rewarding you every day with 0.2%. And again, with these hubs, you can get up to 20% extra ULX. So you can either think of it, you get a huge discount, or you're getting additional coins. That's important. So again, the first year it's 0.2% daily rewards, then it's 0.1 and 0.05, so forth and so on. And every year there's a different release, 30%, 25, 20, that will release from your base stake. So every year you have an option to take out a little bit from the base stake or keep it and keep compounding it. But again, with these projects, really the way to look at it is this is more of a long-term project, as if you're coming in at Apple or Google or Amazon, some of these major companies when they're first starting, not many people are going to buy those stocks and buy those products and then try to dump them within the next month or so. Again, this is the ones that really win, are successful, and have a strong financial thesis. They understand the cycles, they understand how the markets work, and they understand those that have been the most successful financially in crypto, they bought and they held. In this case, You're not just buying and holding, you're buying, you're compounding, you're duplicating, and you're creating more rewards through the ULX. And we'll show you what the potential and possibility could be ULX just from facts and figures. So, really, really incredible product. So let's take a look at the two different pathways, whether you're choosing auto stake on or auto stake off. Again, so in this case, we're looking at a 5,000 hub. So if you're interested, you want to buy a $5,000 product, this is how it works. This is calculated at 10 cents, and then you add the extra 15%. That's the bonus on top of the hub. So if you've got auto stake on, then you're compounding 0.2% every single day. So after 1 year, if the coin stays exactly the same, ULX is at 0.1, you're at 100%. So you've now doubled your base stake. Then after 2 years, you're at 167,000 coins. Again, starting from 57 to 167,000 coin of ULX, that's 190%. So for those, again, you're absolutely in control of your rewards. We want you to have full power to whatever you like. For those that auto stake off, really, really powerful. And one thing I forgot to mention in the beginning is a very sophisticated and strong burning mechanism. Again, very, very important. As the NFTs and the more sales happen, more coins are released more tokens are released into the market and purchased. It creates inflation. So to create a very strong base and a strong price pressure, you need to have a very sophisticated deflationary mechanism, which they call burning. Many, many companies have this, but I believe with Ultron and YUC, even in the bear market, Ultron has been growing and very, very stable based on the burning mechanism, which really significantly impacts the long-term holders. But those that want to cash out and want to have a little bit of dividend rewards in ULX every single day, they think, I'll keep my base stake on for, I'll keep it for many, many years, but I'd like to earn a little bit of rewards. I need a little bit of money. This is how it works. So then 1% will be paid out in daily rewards. So technically 2% are released, 1% is burned in the burning mechanism. The other 1% is then available. And that's based on the dollar cap of the dollar value of your hub. But the great thing is the longer you hold, that dollar cap value will go up, and also your compounding. So that percentage gets more. So it's a massive incentive to purchase the product that's appropriate to your financial situation, where you technically don't really need to take out the money. Again, think of this as as purchasing something that you can set aside, like a cell phone. You wouldn't need that money back from selling your cell phone. So, but again, in that case, people that want to cash out, not a problem. And if they have auto stake off after 1 year, you're cashing out an extra 36% more. And then after 2 years, you have 54% more. So after 1 year, your base stake of 57,500, you would have created an extra 21,000 coins that were released in the daily withdrawal. And then after 2 years, you'd be at 88,000. So you can see there's a significant difference and a huge benefit to turn on your auto stake. Again, in crypto, the saying is just buy and hold, let the market do what it needs to do, let Ultron to continue to create more and more application. It's only going to benefit the strength of the coin. But those that want to cash out, not a problem at all. You get some dividends, you get some rewards every single day from your product. And also that burning mechanism will then strongly create a sell pressure, which will help stabilize and constantly increase the price of the coin, we believe. Because regardless of when anybody comes into the company, even if it's from 2 to 3 years from now, this mechanism will keep this product very appealing, very strong for generations to come. So really, really excited about that. So you still have those two paths. So let's take a look in this example. You had your auto stake on. After 2 years, you got 167,000 coins from the compounding in your node, in your NFT. So if the price of ULX stayed exactly flat, so 2 years, nothing happened, not up, not down, just flat, stayed neutral, the hub value would be $17,000, and that's about a 3x. So say it went to 50 cents. So 2 years, very realistic. Anybody who knows what's possible after 2 years, a very modest conservative went to 50 cents. So that 2-year hub value will now be $84,000. So now let's look at ideal situation. The market is growing. We hit a bull run. A lot of things happening. Ultron's completing application, more and more wallets, more and more users, continue to grow up the DeFi Llama rankings, and it hits $10 a coin, a token. You'd be looking at $1.67 million value of your initial $5,000 hub, because now you can see you've got 190% more coins worth at $10. So huge. You're looking at 334% growth on your initial hub. That is the power of these hubs. And really, for me, the way I look at it, this is really the generational wealth. This is something you set it, you forget it, let it compound, let it do its thing. But if you need the money, if you want to cash out the rewards, not a problem. There is a mechanism to do that, and you can cash out the daily rewards as well. We can see in this example. So, let's see, $10. So, what's the potential? What is a roadmap that could possibly get Ultron there, even without the markets, despite what the markets do? You can see here, all of these things have already been completed. The bridges, I showed you the bridges with the EVM. It's already linked, so you can already move liquidity. ULX scan completed. Layer 1 is done. Farming, staking, the swap completed. DeFi Llama, Chainlist, already posted. CoinGecko, all these websites I was showing you. Next big project in the works to be completed is borrowing and lending. This will be absolutely phenomenal once we have traditional banking and unbanked people coming onto the platform. A lot more partners coming on, like Lotto, one of the biggest digital crypto lotteries in the world. They partnered to host it on Ultron as well. Metaverse, really excited about that. Metaverse, one of the first partners will be gaming, kind of like FIFA 2022 level graphics. We can be a football manager, buy and sell and train players, and all those transactions and fees are going to be on the ULX coin. Can you imagine that? I mean, that's a huge sector in the utility. Next, getting the coin listed on some of these huge exchanges once it's ready. Exchanges like TraderSwap, Trader Joe, SpookySwap, the big ones in the US like Coinbase, and the creme de la creme, kind of the Champions League, the Super Bowl, is Binance. And what's powerful is as we're completing these projects, more and more transactions are happening. The burning mechanism is heating up, and it's powerful. Hopefully at one moment, there'll be more burning than there's coins in circulation. And that is the value. With the powerful burning mechanism, that's what creates scarcity. As this mechanism is pulling out more and more coins at a more rapid pace out of the market, the coins that you hold become more and more in value because of scarcity. And this is the major difference between blockchain and fiat. There's nobody can go on a computer and print more money, more paper for fiat. In blockchain, you cannot create more blockchain. So that's like gold. So it gets scarce, the value goes up for those that want to sell. And again, this all comes with all the projects that Ultron is working on, all the applications to put onto the platform. And on top of that, the burning mechanism that's behind every transaction is what we believe is going to put enough sell pressure and enough price pressure to continue to really make this a strong project. So, almost done. So these are amazing slides. So also I look at Ultron and this NFT product as a time machine. One is time is money. Money is time. So for those that would like to earn a little bit of rewards or big rewards every single day, that money can buy a little bit more of your time back every single day. Next is timing. We all missed all of these major, amazing platforms and layer 1 blockchains in the very beginning. I missed it. Very few people were there to even understand probably how important or what the potential of these projects were. So if you were to buy Ethereum at 3 cents, or 30 cents rather, at the very, very initial price, and you were to sell at the all-time high, that's times 16,000% return. So if that happened, if somebody came, introduced you to Ethereum, and you came across this project, and you put in $10,000, and you sold at the all-time high, that would be $80 million. So again, buy and hold $80 million from 10,000. Really powerful. Same with Binance. Started at 20 cents. All-time high 688 times 3,000+%. Unbelievable. Solana 20 cents to 259. You can see all of these incredible growths, and this isn't all cryptos are the same. These are all layer 1 blockchains. Again, a lot of the tokens you don't see this kind of significant rewards and significant growth. Again, and one, they were new. Two, they were layer 1 blockchains with the real technology. And again, at that time, who knows how many layer 1s? Probably less than 50 or 20. I really don't know. So they were really the big fish in a small pond. But also it was the timing. And like you saw in the DeFi Llama, we're just one spot behind Solana. And a few hours ago, we were ahead of Solana in the rankings. And Ultron opened at 1 cent. Where will the all-time high? Nobody knows. Not even going to speculate. What would the growth be? I don't know. But looking at the track record of some of these other major layer 1 blockchains that we all miss, that created significant wealth and opportunity for a lot of people, this is why I believe this is a time machine. This is now an opportunity with the 7-month-old layer 1 fastest growing blockchain in the world out of 163, already number 12. And it's now, I think today, like 8 cents. And it started at 1 cent. So the potential in the next few years could be very, very interesting to watch. So why Ultron? Why now? There's a lot of cryptos, a lot of projects coming out. And there's a bear market, all of these things happening. Why is Ultron growing? Why Ultron? When all the other companies, a lot of the blockchains were down 8x, down 9x. If you had a lot of, if you put in 1,000 or 100,000 into crypto this year, you're probably looking at 10,000 right now in your wallet. So a lot of the crypto is really crashed. And how did Ultron at the same time go? Now it's 8x in the last 7 months while everybody's down 8x. One, it's new. It just launched. It's exclusive. It's unique. It's doing something no other blockchain is doing. So it's getting a lot of attention. Yahoo Finance, CoinMarketCap, Coinbase started listing the price and watching it because they understand that this is really unique. Next, with the staking hubs, we have daily fixed rewards. So a lot of these other companies that are launched, ICO, like Solana and all these other blockchains, some of the early adopters had to lock in their staking, lock in their investments, their products for multiple years and would get no dividends and no rewards. And they were restricted for maybe 2-3 years. Here it's different. You can lock it in, your hub, your base stake, and make rewards every single day in the ULX. So that's very, very unique for these kind of opportunities. Next, the burning mechanism that I shared. So for those people that are maybe not in the long term, maybe want to come in and just cash out a little bit of rewards every single day, absolutely no problem. That's going to benefit a lot of the long-term holders and the platform because the burning mechanism is going to be activated and it's going to create even more value and stability into all of the people holding their NFTs. And also all of the other projects like ULX, not ULX, all of the other metaverse, all these other applications are also on ULX Coin. So a portion of that revenue will also go to burning. So could you imagine the more we grow, there's going to be a fire burning, and eventually we'll probably have more burning than coins in market, and that is going to create huge, huge value and price pressure. Next, 2024 goal is 1 billion total value lock, over 100 applications, and 5 million users on the platform. If we do that, by far, I think we should be a top 5 chain at the moment. Next, world top 20 layer 1 project by total value lock, DeFi Llama. So again, if you talk to people or you want to do more research, DeFi Llama, you can see already in the top 20 after just 7 months. And some of those other projects on the list were probably there for multiple years. So that tells you a lot of how unique this is. Partnership with the biggest NFT and metaverse development company is Devla. So Devla, incredible. So at Devla, they saw the vision. They could have partnered with many of the other major layer 1 blockchains, but they saw the opportunity and timing to grow and build and evolve with Ultron because they wanted to be there also first with a really powerful technology. And then last but not least, it's the fastest growing layer 1. With all the information we have comparing Ultron growth trajectory in its first 6 months, 3 months, in its first initial infancy, it's growing faster than Ethereum and any other blockchain in the world. So that is really, really powerful. And also, again, like I said, in a bear market, which gives them a lot of credit. So we're going to finish up with this slide. Can you afford to miss it again? This is a really powerful slide. And this is really why I'm here. Because I missed all of these. I got into blockchain maybe a year or 2 ago, just very casually, just as a retail customer, kind of looking from the outside. But now that I really understand the power of layer 1 blockchains, not the other 22,000 cryptos, an actual platform that has utility and has function, has a future, and really a company and a whole team behind it, really powerful. Because I missed at the beginning, Binance, Bitcoin, Ethereum. So let's take a look at the potential and some of the projections again. I'm only going to speak facts. These are just projections of a potential of the next bull run. We know that the next run will be fairly soon. Nobody knows exactly when, but it's safe to say it will be the very biggest one ever. And that's not because we're genius. It's just look at the pattern. It's the cycle. Every bull run is bigger and bigger than the one before. And right now we're just in a correction. So if we were right now to come in at Binance and you were to buy, at 300, and potentially when we have the next bull run projected to go to 2.1K in this example, that'd be a 7x return. It's amazing, still incredible product, really nice value. Next, Bitcoin. I mean, at this example, it's 20K. I'm not sure what it's at today, but it's under 20K. But a lot of speculation on where it can go. I'm not going to speculate. I have no idea. But in this example, many say it could be 250K or above. And in that case, you come in at 20K right now today, or it's even lower now. Coming today, you're looking at about a 12x growth. Still amazing. Ethereum, the king of layer ones. So right now, it's more or less $1,500. If you were to come in today to buy, hold, and keep it as part of your portfolio, if it goes to 25K with the next bull run, you're looking at a 16x return. Looks like it's the best, really nice opportunity for a lot of people who are still picking up a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum because there's still a lot of huge potential. But what is the biggest difference? All of these already have their initial launch. They already have their big burst, their big growth. Ultron is a baby. We're just an infant. So these are all teenagers. Ultron is the new baby to the block. So 10 cents. In the next bull run, looking at just statistically of what's possible, we talked about $10. So if you were to come in on the exchange, just like many retail people are coming in, buying and holding, or buying and staking it themselves without Mavi and without the NFTs, you'd be looking at about a 100x return. Amazing. I think that's still the best and hottest opportunity in crypto blockchain retail is 100x return. Again, layer one blockchain, brand new. Really important to understand. But with these hubs, what is the difference? So if you were just to buy Ethereum and, part of product staking, you would just buy Ethereum and hold it and let it appreciate and maybe earn a little staking rewards, great. We just have the amount you bought. With our hubs, again, it's like buying an Ethereum level product, but this product's going to create more Ethereum for you every single day. Every single day. I would much rather have that, 7-8 years ago, buy this type of product rather than buy a bag of Ethereum. I'd want a product that's creating more Ethereum. It's actually compounding and creating more of these tokens. So in this case, it'll be 336 if you have auto stake on for 5 years. That's what I recommend is set it, forget it, 5 years, everything's released, do what you want. But if you don't, need the money, then it's completely yours. You can cash out daily and then also the yearly as well. So it's completely your product, do what you need. But this is the potential. Layer one blockchain, have some of the biggest growth, and also not only that, stability. We're looking at this project 5-10 years, not a pump and dump. So that's why all the things designed for long-term stability while we're building an ecosystem during this bear market. Because the next bull run, like I said, is going to rise all of the ships, all the boats in the water that are prepared are going to be hit by a tsunami. They're either going to drown or they're going to fly. And I believe Ultron's going to fly in the next few months. So that being said, everything that I'm talking about, you can check out on all the websites. We've got this one pager. This one pager for some of our current people is brand new. Now, it should be in the back office in the next few days, so you guys can start getting a little more familiar with the new burning mechanism. So you can see that. Also, I strongly recommend follow the Ultron Telegram. They've got a lot of great stuff, knowledge, education, lots of the things they're doing. Also, we have the Mavi Telegram group for those of you interested in the Mavi project. So let me finish that up. Whoa, all right. So I'm at 7:51, 51 minutes. So that's about as long as I'd like to go. So thank you guys so much for joining. Hopefully I shared some information. Again, you don't need to absorb a lot of it. There's going to be multiple videos in progress right now describing auto stake on, auto stake off, all these different examples. Don't need to be an expert. Don't really need to know much. Just understand credible timing. I believe this is a product and a project that can really empower people through digital finance, through digital currencies, and really equalize what's happening in the world and help people make a little extra money, make a lot of money, and really build some extra cash flow into their life. So with that being said, thank you guys so much. And I will see you next time. All right. Take care, everyone.